Good morning again, everyone. My name is Liz Garcia. I am founder of the Mind, Body, Spirit Network, and today is our what I call our Lighthouse Presentation Day. And we bring in one of our premier members of the Mind, Body, Spirit Network. And today we have Miss Cheryl Murphy presenting for us today. And let me just tell you a little bit about Cheryl. So Cheryl has studied metaphysics for over 20 years, including international studies in Brazil and Germany, as well as seminars and classes in Colorado, New York, and California. She has oriented her practice as a spiritual medium towards commonly requested services, including channeling loved ones who have passed over, assisting with connecting with your guardian angels and spirit guides, animal and pet communications, providing insight and spiritual guidance in life's major issues and forks in the road. He's a clairvoyant, healer, and ordained minister, as well as a certified hypnotherapist and intuitive facilitator. Cheryl's mission is to honor your soul's life purpose and assist you in connecting with your divine guidance. Her intention will always be to help empower you with your next step on your spiritual path. Cheryl uses her ability as a psychic and a medium to help people make life's important decisions. And I like to always put in my 2 cents about Cheryl. And though she has these gifts, my feeling for me has always been her greatest gift is that of healing grace. If you're having a reading with her, healing grace is ever present when Cheryl's there. So she won't, give herself credit for that necessarily, but I'm doing it for you. And she's also the founder of the Healing Prayer Circle, which is a monthly event kind of like this, but that's powerful and amazing. And I'll share that while Cheryl gets started. That
I'm gonna log off.
Getting that going. All right, Cheryl?
But I can't hear you.
Oh.
Can you hear me, Liz?
Yes, I can hear you.
It's amazing that I cannot hear you guys, but I'll start, Liz, and then you can connect with me through chat, okay? If you need to tell me anything.
Okay, let me make sure I can get you on. Oh, I see you. Hold on.
Yeah, I can't hear you guys. Amazing, right? Just when you started introducing me, the energy connected off. So if you can hear me, I'm good with it.
Okay.
And then you can talk to me through chat.
Okay.
Amazing. I'm burning up over here. I don't know if you guys are feeling the intensity of our group today.
Oh.
So you can hear me loud and clear?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So what I'd like to do, everybody, and this is an amazing experience for me because I can't hear you guys. Maybe it'll come on in a moment. But I'd like everyone to begin our circle just by closing our eyes because I really want to get you to feel the energy of this energy in the group. So if you don't mind just taking a moment and just calmly breathing in and out, closing your eyes when you can. Deborah, don't close your eyes because you're driving. But take a nice deep breath in, breathing in warmth and gratitude, breathing in positivity, and releasing and exhaling. Letting anything go right now that you don't need. Taking another warm breath in of positivity and gratitude, and exhaling love and releasing anything we don't need right now. Now on the next breath in, I want you to imagine a golden light coming out the right side of your body and connecting everyone on the circle today, everyone on the call, taking this golden light, going all the way around, connecting everyone in this call today and having that gold light coming back into the left side of your body. Knowing that that golden light is full of love and support for whatever healing that person needs today. Very good. And on the next breath, I want you to exhale out the left side of your body, sending that gold ribbon of light out the left side, connecting all of us again on the call with love and support, positivity, having that golden light coming in the right side of your body. Taking another wonderful breath in and releasing. Very good. And you can go ahead and open your eyes whenever you're ready, gently, ever so gently. So my name is Cheryl Murphy. I'm a psychic medium, and I'm here to help you deepen your psychic ability and your intuitive skills. I'm quite honored that everyone on this call is a healer today. I mean, we can just feel the amount of energy and love and support coming through on this call. So thank you. I am so honored that many of my peers are here today. And I want to talk to you about the playfulness of the spirit world today and how to strengthen your connection, because there's many benefits to knowing what psychic level you are. I mean, knowing what our psychic abilities are not only help us in our personal life, but also our professional life, whether we want to build our business or we want to start off on a new venture. So thank you again so much for coming. The first thing I'd like to talk to you about is, what Claire are you? So how psychic ability works is it helps us build our intuition. So psychic ability is actually intuitive ability, right? So if I were to ask you, what Claire are you? Some of you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But what happens is the spirit world, our guides, our angels, our loved ones, they speak to us through our intuitive abilities. So you know we have 5 senses, right? We have seeing, hearing, touching. So we have 5 abilities as you go on. Some people would say we have a 6th sense, and that's our intuitive ability. You also might hear that some people would call that our 1st sense, and that's what I call it. I think our intuition is natural. I think our psychic ability is natural, and I know that many of you would agree. So if I ask you what Claire you are, what I'm asking you is, what intuitive sense do you feel that you're really strong in receiving guidance or signs from the spirit world, meaning our guides, loved ones, and angels? Claire is French, and it means clear. So I'm going to ask you, we're going to do an exercise together, and I'll ask you, did you open your clairvoyance, which is seeing, or clairaudience, which is hearing? Did you feel a lot on this exercise? That's our clairsentient, our feeling. Or did you know a lot? There's also many, many more clairs. There's also clairalliance, which is smelling, and clairgustance, which is tasting. Sometimes when I'm doing a reading, I'll taste the spaghetti sauce that the grandmother made in the kitchen, or you might smell cigarette smoke, knowing that that loved one would have been a smoker. So knowing what Claire you are, I really want to share that with you tonight, because I'm sure many of us are already intuitive. So if you don't mind, I'm going to take you on this exercise, and it's something that we're going to do with you individually. So we're going to talk about, I'm going to take you just to your own home, and we're going to look around. You're going to look around your home, and I'm just going to take you on a little bit of a tour, and then we'll come back and we'll find out, maybe through the chat box, what you sensed or what you picked up. And then I can kind of tell you a little bit more about those abilities. Just to let you know, there's no wrong ability, and maybe you only have one ability. Maybe you have a couple and you'd like some help building other ones. And that's the techniques I'll share with you in just a moment. But if you don't mind, just everyone, if you could just close your eyes, and I'm going to take you on a little bit of a tour of your home, okay? So this will be fun. And this is about being playfulness, okay? Being playful. I want you to take a nice deep breath in, breathing in warmth and positivity, and exhaling. And I want you to, if you can, visualize or see yourself outside of your house, but standing at the front door. So you're standing at your front door, outside your home, just noticing the door, what color it is, what detail, maybe what color of handle you're getting ready to open the door with. Is it ornate and detailed, or just a simple, basic door? So just take notice of that. And now when you're ready, I want you to open the door and walk into the entryway of your home. If you can see this, you can just sense this, you can remember this. If some of us, we use our memory, that's fine. See yourself standing in the entryway of your home now. And you're just going to look around. What's in the entryway? Is it a desk or a mirror? Is there a plant nearby? What colors are you using to decorate with? Is the sunshine, is it daytime or nighttime that you're in your home? Just taking notice of that. Very good. You guys are doing great. And now I want you to move into your kitchen. So walk into your kitchen, and we're just going to say that you do have a lemon and you have a cutting board. And I'd like you to take this lemon, put it on the cutting board. And when you're ready, I want you to take a knife and just make a very easy slice into that lemon. Okay? So here you are, you're in your kitchen, you've got this cutting board and this lemon, you've just made a nice slice of lemon. I want you to take a glimpse at that lemon. Is it glistening? Is it a bright yellow? Maybe your mouth is watering a little bit because of the taste of the lemon, I'm not sure, but sometimes that can happen. And I want you to go ahead and just step away from the kitchen now. And I want you to come back into your living room. And I want you to take a seat in a very comfortable chair that you have, a chair or couch. If you like to sit on the floor, you could do that. And I want you to put in this meditation, just sit calmly and relaxed, or lie down calmly and relaxed. And I want you to ask for healing to come into your home. Because we want to finish this meditation with something that we can feel a shift happening in our life. So ask for healing and guidance to come into your home. Ask for healing and guidance to come to you, your family, your pets, the street that you live on, the community that you live in, and the planet that we all reside. Knowing that that is an infinite flow of positivity and of healing, and that will continue. And so it is. And when you're ready, now I want you to take a nice deep breath in and feel yourself coming back into the room now, back into this call that we're on, gently opening up your eyes, gently coming back with me now and listening to my voice. And very good. And I can tell that a lot of you are kind of coming back out slowly and gently. There's never any hurry. You always want to take your own time because it's your experience. But now if you wouldn't mind, in the chat box, I want to ask you, did you see the door? And what color was your door? Did you see the handle? Did you hear something? Did you hear a truck go by in the neighborhood when you were standing at your door? Or did you hear a cat, or a dog bark? So these are things I want to ask you about your meditation, and you can answer in the chat box. So did you hear anything standing at the doorway? The lemon was sour, excellent. So you were tasting that lemon. You were having that clear gustance experience where we can actually have clear taste. Did you guys see your living room or your entryway? Did you see the colors? Did you smell something? Maybe you had something cooking in the kitchen, or there's a fragrance that you usually have predominant in your home. I saw everything but heard nothing. That's perfect. Thanks, Claire. And yep, Lisa, everything was bright and pretty, and you felt the juice squirt on you. Thank you so much for that, because that's kind of a clairsentient, when we can literally physically feel. So I'm visual and clairvoyant. Thank you. These are fantastic ways to let you know where your abilities lie. And that's to say also, if you want to work on other abilities, other senses of hearing, seeing, feeling, those are the top three: the clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentient. If you want to combine all those three, you can. It's not to say that knowing or having only one is good, or having all of them is better. That's not how this works. It's about letting you know how intuitive and how powerful you guys already are. So I just want to let you know what other people are experiencing, because all of these other things that you want to have happen in your life, you can draw those to you. So how do you create that? That's your question to me. Like, Cheryl, how do I see auras? How do I get my clairvoyance working? How do I open myself up to get help for myself? And these are the facts and the easy ways I want to show you. And one of them, it's all about relaxing. First off, we can't force this stuff, right? Because the more we force it or we want it to come in, the more resistance we create. So number one tip is just really relax and receive, okay? It is really about receiving, because all you guys with me today, and a lot of us have always been taught, or we know it's better to share and to do. We do for others, right? You and I, we're always doing for others, but we're not on the receiving end of that. So I want to teach you a little exercise about receiving. So you can start it today if you want. So for the rest of today, or you could say tomorrow morning, when you get up in the morning, I want you to spend the first 2 or 3 hours or the first part of the day practicing receiving. And how do you do that? Here we go. No phone calls. Don't send any emails. Don't go after things. Don't do things. I want you to be in receiving mode. Go about your day. Let the phone calls come to you. If the phone rings, pick it up. If someone opens a door for you, let them open the door for you. This is all about receiving, and you will find that the universe will start saying, oh my God, Cheryl's in receiving mode. Let's give her more to receive. So I want you to go about your day. If you have to go grocery shopping, go do that. But let people bring you comments and suggestions. Let people give you things. Start being in receiving mode. And this sounds very easy to do, but I promise you, it's a powerful way of getting you used to hearing, seeing, feeling, tasting, knowing the spirit world. Because honestly, we have thousands of messages coming to us every day, but it's really just if we're open and aware of it. All right. So that's my first tip, is you want to start practicing relaxing and receiving. The spirit world is super playful, and it's all about laughter and playful. They just want to play with us. Okay. They want to play with us. They want to acknowledge us. So my second tip for you today is you have to give the spirit world a way in. All right. So we're going to set up the signs, because a big question I get asked about is, Cheryl, well, what signs? Is it butterflies? We know the butterflies, we know the common ones, but look, the common ones work. Butterflies, flowers, coins, right? Pennies from heaven. Those work. And that's why the spirit world uses them, because you and I, we receive them as signs from heaven. So my second tip for you today is to practice setting up signs. And so how I do this is I say, look, spirit world, I could really get a message. I really need a message from you today. And I really want to play with you today. And I'm going to ask you for a sign. And so all of you that are on the call with me right now, maybe you can help me by typing in the chat box, what sign would you like to receive today from spirit? Is it a feather? Is it a rose? Is it a loud noise with your name being called? Is it a sign of a heart? So I want you to set up the sign that you want to receive, because guess what? That sign already resonates in your vibrational radar, we'll say, okay? Right, so we'll use a feather. We'll just take Denise's feather, and we'll say, okay, not only are you going to receive your sign, I don't know if you guys are getting chills right now, but Denise, we're going to put feathers out there for everyone. And so we're going to ask the spirit world, your guides and angels, please send us a feather, that confirmation that you are communicating with us. Because I think, or I feel, or I sense, I hear, I see that you guys, if we could just know that they're hearing us, if we could just know that they understand and they get what's in our heart and our soul, that maybe it would help us feel better. So I want to help you set up your sign. So for example, if we're going to set up a feather, I would say to the spirit world, okay, guys and gals, please show me a feather. It may come in a billboard. It may come on the TV. I may hear someone talk about a feather. I may see it in a newspaper headline. I may see it on the magazine cover. I may see it on someone's t-shirt. I may see a real feather that would be in an unlikely place come before me. So I'm kind of setting the spirit world up on ways they can communicate with me and send me signs. Because what will happen is all of those things may happen. I mean, do you guys getting goosebumps? Like or maybe two of those ways may help. And I always give the spirit world, hey, look, I want to see this in 1 to 3 days, like 1, 2, 3 days. That's usually how it's been for me. But I got to tell you, since all this consciousness has been opening up lately, it's happening pretty quickly. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys see something either immediately after this call or later today. And once again, when you receive that sign, as you guys know, we want to send it out to the spirit world. Thank you. Yes, I receive it. I got it. more, please. Right? And then once again, it's this wonderful magic that happens with the spirit world, this communication of intelligence. I do want to mention that to you. The spiritual world is quite intelligent, and they will try to reach as many of us on this call today as possible. So my third tip for today, because I know we're going to be doing readings in just a few moments here, but my third tip for today is just to let you know that it is a soul-to-soul communication. So spirit is blending with your soul. And when I'm with you or all of us together on this call, it is that soul-to-soul communication. I think Elizabeth mentioned a moment ago about heart intelligence. And I think that's what it's all about now, is we're moving from our mind and our brain, so to speak, we're moving from the intellect down to the intelligence of the heart and the gut. And I do feel that the soul resides, maybe some people say behind the heart, some people would say in your lower belly area. Gary Zukav, in the wonderful Gary Zukav, who wrote The Seat of the Soul, he would say, where is your soul not? Because he believes your soul would be everywhere, because it is that awareness. And that's what I want to leave you with today, is you can connect with the spirit world through that soul-to-soul connection that you have with them personally. And then also we can connect with each other also through that soul-to-soul connection, and that also that heart intelligence. So I feel like those are the three keys I'm going to leave you with. Liz, do you feel like we should take questions now, or I could say one or two more things if you'd like? We have to chat, because the spirit world is actually pretty amazing that this is happening. I mean, once again, everything is an opportunity. So as she's typing in, thank you, laughing out loud, thank you. I just want to share with you one more. Can I just share one more tip? Because I have so many. But there's something about a radio dial. Have you ever been, or you guys remember the radio dials, the large ones where you'd reach out the volume, you'd turn up the large radio dial that you'd have at your home? That's what I want you to think about when you're connecting with spirit, is I want you to, in your mind's eye, kind of turning up that volume to receive information from the radio, from spirit. So turning up the volume. Many of you have heard that spirit comes to us like we'll just use the radio for an example. They're reaching us at 104.8. And right now I'm at 101. So I've got to raise my vibration to meet them, and they're going to lower theirs. So if you can, when you're connecting soul to soul with spirit, kind of think about tuning into them with that radio dial, that radio frequency. I know this is a big tool. I use it all the time, and I know it's going to help you connect with your guides and your loved ones. So thank you for that. And last but not least, if I could just talk to you guys about waiting in line. It's a tool that I use, and I laugh because it's like, waiting in line. I mean, how boring is that, right? I mean, what are we waiting in line for? We're at the grocery store. We're whatever we're waiting in line for, the gas, we're waiting in line at the bank. People use that time, and sometimes it's maybe we could use it more positively, or we could use it more creatively, or we could actually use that time to build our energy. So I want you to imagine a ring of power around you, a ring of light. So you're in this circle of light that's around you, about 3 feet around you. That's like your auric field. I put it on the floor though. I put it on the floor though. So I've got a ring of light on the floor. It's surrounding my whole auric field. When I'm waiting in line, I take a deep breath in, and I just say, where am I in this moment? Where am I? Am I in my power? Are my thoughts way over there because I'm either bickering about something, or I'm impatient because they're taking too long in line? Where am I? And I do it like a self check-in. Where am I? Where are my feelings? Where are my emotions? Where am I in this moment? Because I always use waiting in line as a positive opportunity to call back my spirit, to enhance my power, to kind of rebuild and recharge. So I want to leave that with you today, is take those opportunities when you have that quietness within, go inside and kind of reconnect with yourself and with your guides and your angels. Okay. So I think that's a good way to end today. And now I want to really open up the floor to thank you so much for the chat box. I'm loving chat box. How wonderful. For asking questions or receiving, if I could do readings, I'd love to do that. I know I felt really strongly when some of you guys were coming on the call today. So if you don't mind, can I just reach out to someone specifically, Liz, and just because I felt really drawn to Linda Armstrong. I know that she had something. Could you type in, Linda, you had a question for me that I wanted to start the readings off this way for everyone. So I guess if you'd like a reading, you could type in the chat box with either a specific question, just because it helps me tune in, or maybe we can reach more people that way. But I'd like to spend the next 10 minutes or so answering questions. And then Liz, you'll just chat in the box. Let me know as we go if you need to interject or say something. But Linda Armstrong is typing in, I'd love to see what you pick up on the direction I'm going with my business. I want to grow and reach more. Okay. So I know I felt very strongly to you when you came on the call, and I feel like that eagle, you have an eagle behind you. It's wow, what a great symbol for today's reading. Because what they're telling me in the spirit world is something about either there's a little bit of fear about either flying on your own, but I do want to tell you, I kind of see you working with other people. Is there by chance, Linda, an opportunity for you to build your business with someone else or in the same building with someone else? Because I feel like there's other professionals with you. And that's what I'm kind of feeling with you is going to catapult you into your receiving, maybe, possibly. That's what I'm feeling with you, Linda. Let me just keep asking more about that. Eagle symbol is so appropriate for today. Okay, because that's what I'm feeling for you is this eagle. It's not that you're not flying and you're not soaring. I do get a sense of community with you or building your business with either one other person or one or two more people coming in. Like they're professionals too. They have their own building, but they're going to reach you. And I really feel like that's kind of what's going to happen to you. And I feel if I'm going to give you a timeline, it's probably around you now or within the next 3 weeks. I just want to tell you, like, you are right on that verge, that top of the mountain, where I feel like it's just going to tip in your favor. So I do want to leave that with you, Linda. I think there's something happening for you really by the end of August. I'll say that. By the end of August, I feel like there's good news coming to you about what we were just talking about today. But don't quit. Don't give up. You are not alone. You know that your guides and angels are with you. Something about the power of that eagle behind you. So let me just take another call here. And let me just see here. Oh, you're welcome. Sharon, I'm just going to talk to you, Sharon. I am confused about a situation with a loved one. Actually, the one I feel I am in love with. Actually, the one I feel I'm in love with. I am getting funny feelings about this, but do not know if it's fear-based or if I am creating my own stories or if it's truth. Ooh, those are good questions. So Sharon, what this is telling me is you're very intuitive, you're very open, you're receiving lots of messages. Some may be coming from you and some may be coming from your spirit world, guides and angels. I do want to feel with you, Sharon, though. I know you meditate. I just want to tell you that. I know you're connected with spirit because they're telling me, yep, she's got a good foundation. So Sharon, if you could just get in the chat box here and just type to me a little bit. I think with you right now, it's more fear-based because I do feel the love with you and I do feel the love strengthening in your life. I do want to tell you that you are on the right path, but I do want to tell you, I think you're letting your past or your nerves get in the way. So in how I'm perceiving that with you, Sharon, is I'm hearing that. And so I just want you to chat in if that resonates with you a little bit. And if I'm creating my own stories, I wouldn't even say that they're their own stories. I think it's just a little bit of nerves. All right, Sharon? So I'm going to leave you with that because I'm not hearing from you. But I'm going to leave you with that. I do think, thank you so much. That does resonate with you. I think it's more fear-based with you. Something is new about this relationship. And what's happening on a deeper level with your soul is I feel like your soul is asking you these questions and you're having to look within, perhaps on a deeper level. All right, Sharon. So all the best, and thank you so much for asking your questions. All right. So if I may, I want to talk about answer another question. Okay, let me just see where I'm going here. I want to go back up here. Okay, Sonia C. I love Sonia. I am concerned about a flood at my new house. I'm being drawn to you, Sonia. I looked out my backyard and saw a water cannon coming out in the back. Was that my father showing me to do something about it? I think so. Not only was that your father, and I don't know if you guys can read the question. She had a flood in her house. It's a new house. It was in the backyard. It came out like a water cannon. Was that my father? Sonia, not only was that your father, but that was your spirit. That was the spirits, maybe that are not even your spirits, but spirits that, and when I say spirits, I mean loved ones on the other side, guides and angels. They are telling you it's time to go to work. So what's happening is there's a new flood happening in your life. There's a new realignment, a new resurgence. There's a new opening and a new path coming to you, Sonia. And what I'm hearing is it's time now. It's time. Like, you know what? You've done so much for everybody else. And I feel like the Spirit is clearing a path for you. Like, don't get distracted again. Don't put someone else in front of your life. Because sometimes we put barriers in front of our life because, you know, there's a little bit of a fear of success. But what I'm hearing is Spirit's moving that out of the way for you. And so good for you, Sonia. We could always look at that as a negative, like, oh my God, there's a flood and, you know, there's a flood happening. And yeah, there's definitely a downside to it, but it's always an opening for the spirit world to get our attention. And not that that's how they always have to come through, but sometimes it's a valuable message, as I feel it is for you. And that's why, because I kind of feel like you're really stubborn in some way, like you wouldn't have gotten it any other way, if I may just say. And sometimes it does have to come to you. But I want to also mention it's also a flood of abundance coming to you. And it's kind of an awakening happening for you too. So it may not always present itself financially. It may be that you are on a, what I'm hearing from Spirit is it's kind of you're on a an awakening path of greater sensitivity to the spirit world. So I'm going to leave you with that. But you're definitely opening up in that heart space of yours. So thank you. I know I've got somebody's father with up then. So I know I might be getting some mediumship readings here. I have a new work experience. Jerry Lynn writes in, I have a new work experience and many new friendships. What can I do to strengthen these relationships? Okay, because you have a new work experience, new friendships. What can I do to strengthen them? Also, I need clear vision for a redefined business. All right, Jerry Lynn, this is a really good one. And I think it's a lesson for all of us because it's a reminder to me too, that we have to first be in our own power and we have to be in our own intentions and set our own vision for ourselves. And I really feel like that's what Spirit's telling me. So rather than creating many new friendships, because you're a manifester of friendships, I get that. That's an easy occurrence for that to happen. No worries there. What Spirit wants me to tell you is, you know what? This is a question about you being more of who you are, of being who you truly are, and really speaking more of your truth. Because those friendships, what I'm hearing from Spirit is you're looking for deeper connections with people, right? You're looking for a deeper truth. You're looking for much more than just a social friendship. You're looking for people who are on the path with you, is what I get. So that's what I'm hearing is if you show up, they'll show up, okay? So I hope that helps you, right? It's about being true to yourself, really just breathing in and out and acknowledging that professional that you are, and you will attract those deeper relationships. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jerry Lynn. So Liz, do you have a question? Should I answer a question for you, or are you okay now? Should I keep going?
Well, we have 10 minutes, 13 minutes.
I can read lips, by the way, so you didn't have to check that in. I got that from Spirit intuitively, so I'll keep going a little bit more. I want to go back up to the top here and just see what I have here. Let me go down to the bottom, 10 more minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 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 Yeah. Elizabeth, I guess I'm going to answer your question because my eyes are right on your question. I'm being guided to talk to you about your relationship. Where am I? And there's a lot of relationship questions. I mean, sometimes there's a theme in readings. So just to let you know, sometimes there's a theme that comes up. Where am I most unclear about in my partnership? I have been single for a long time. I am curious if there is a shift coming up. Where am I most unclear? Where am I most unclear? I think it's really that word unclear that I kind of get stuck on that word because it's not about you being unclear. It's about, I feel that there is doubt, and I feel like there is a little bit of doubt about your relationship. There's a shift coming up, and what I'm hearing from Spirit, Elizabeth, is for you to step back. And once again, that receiving exercise that I talked about earlier, this is you. It's got your name written all over it. I want you to do that exercise tomorrow about receiving, because it's not about, it's like you put that word unclear in the sentence, and what I'm hearing Spirit say, take that word unclear out, and there'll be just a flow of love coming to you, okay? And once again, I'm using my hands as in receiving mode. I'm feeling that with you, so I'm using my clairsentience, okay? And I don't want to give you a timeline because sometimes it just doesn't come through, but what they're telling me is you've got to practice that receiving exercise, and I don't think it's going to take long after that. So it's really in your court, do that a couple of times, and I feel like that's when a shift is going to happen for you. So you may practice that exercise tomorrow and the next day, and that, or whenever's comfortable for you. But you are, you have love all around you, and I just feel like it's going to be all about that receiving information coming to you, Elizabeth. You're very close. It's very much around you, though, okay? It's not far away. I do know I have time for, okay, thank you, Liz. I'm going to do one more reading. Is that okay? And then we'll get to you. Let's just see. Yeah. Oh, John, may I answer John's question? John, thank you, John, for being here and your laughter. Does my book writing project regarding connecting with guidance have a feeling of priority for me at this time? I love this. John is so well connected to the spirit world. And I can tell you that because I feel the strength as I read his question. I'm like, oh my God, this guy, he's asking about him, and Spirit's telling me about them. Like Spirit's like, they're laughing, saying, it's more about spirit giving you the feeling of priority at this time. So wait, let me read it again. Does my book writing regarding? Well, yes is the short answer. Does my book writing project have a feeling of priority for me at this time? John, this is what I get with you. I feel that in your energy, in your soul, this is a calling for you for this book. This is a calling. This is definitely a project where you do need to be on your own when you're writing this, whether it's a cabin in the woods or you rent, a room for a month somewhere. But it's about you connecting with your own soul and your own light. Because what I'm feeling is the amount of divine guidance that's being poured into you is greater. It's almost coming in at full force, full flow right now for you. It's very large, we'll just say. You have a very abundant flow of spiritual guidance right with you to get this book written. So I do want to share that with you. And yeah, I do want to tell you that, John. Also, is your father passed? John, can you shake your head? Because I see you on the screen. I feel like maybe that's your dad coming through. Kind man. Yeah, kind man. And I see you shaking your head, so you can just acknowledge, yes, a kind man. And funny, I feel like that's where your sense of humor comes from. Soft-spoken, but that's where my sense of humor comes from. And I feel like the two of you did things together, you and your father, if I could just stay with you for a moment. And I feel like part of this book that you're writing, your father's influence is with you on that, okay? I just feel like there's a heart-to-heart connection with you and your dad. So about this book, it's more than you know is what I'm hearing about at this time, and that you're doing a great deal of service, not only to the people here in the physical, but also to the spirit world on the other side. Okay, so I don't know if anyone else is getting chills off of that, but lots of appreciation to you coming from your dad. All right, I'll just say that. Okay, I think that's it, Liz. Thank you. One more? Okay. Do you want me to do one more? Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks, John. May I just stay with John for one more second? John, is it a significant birthday for you or your dad coming up soon? Is there a significant birthday? We're in the month of July. Is there a significant birthday or anniversary coming up? And you can shake your head no if it doesn't make sense. Okay, I might be moving on to someone else, but Okay, thanks a lot, John. I appreciate your help and your father. Okay, so let me just do one more, if I may. Angela, wow, every single thing you referred me to was speaking to me to some degree. My partnership of 32 years is dissolving or changing. Just want it to be good. I don't think that's a question. I think it's Angela's writing in. Angela, opportunity for you. If I could just give you one word for right now, Angela, it would be grace and opportunity. Just for you, I don't think you're asking me a question, but since I read your statement, I just want to tell you that that you're opening up right now on a very high vibration. I don't know if I've ever met you before, Angela, or we've talked, but I feel that there is some connection with you and God, or you and the source. I'll just say, there's some divine connection with you happening right now. And there's no, there's no coincidence is what I'm hearing for you. Like you're starting to believe in that no coincidence. Let me get on to a question, if I may. Thank you so much, Angela. I want to do one more question. Liz has been so kind to let me have one more question. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. I have another question. My sister and I are always at differences. I am wondering what is the root cause of her negativity toward me. It is difficult to talk to her. Hi, Lisa. Right. So, and once again, the theme for today is relationships, it seems to be. I have another question. My sister and I are always at differences. I'm wondering what the root cause of her negativity is towards me. Yeah. Okay. All right, Lisa. So this is what I'm feeling for you and your sister. And it's not anything to do with things that happened here on this planet. I really think that it is something, when you say the root cause, it takes me back to something that the two of you are actually each other's. I know you may not like hearing this, and I don't really use the word soulmate too often, but it does feel like you are here for each other. It's almost as if you're best friends. So I know you said you and her have negativity, but I want to tell you, I feel like all that riff there's something about an agreement that the two of you have to come in this lifetime to ruffle each other's feathers, to teach you about patience, kindness, compassion, and grace. So it is as if you've asked Spirit World, gee, I want to learn about kindness. I want to learn about, compassion. And so I do feel this is not only rooted in this lifetime that you're talking about. I do feel it's something about the two of you came in really as best friends, creating this riff to really move you ahead and to accelerate your growing. So how does that help you? You're like, well, okay, that's great, Cheryl, but how does that help me? Like, what do I do tomorrow? And I know that's funny, but I want to tell you a great way to get along with people who are negative towards us is we have to practice a detachment exercise. So what I want to tell you, and what it does is it builds our energy and it builds their energy, and then it shifts everything. And then when we connect with them again, you can tell things are different. Quickly surround yourself in white light. I want you to disconnect from everybody, like your sister. We'll just take your sister, because I would just say one person at a time. This doesn't keep her out of your life. What it does is it disconnects her from your energy at this present moment. Okay? It gives her power by putting her back in her own energy field. And it gives you your own power back, putting you in your own energy field. And that's what I feel needs to happen with the two of you. It's almost like you're almost in each other's energy field too much. And that can create that entanglement. So once again, I feel like that. And I want to hear back from you, if you don't mind sending me an email, letting me know how it goes. But once again, it's about you staying in your own energy field, detaching, letting her have her own energy back. So I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much. I think it's a great way to end our readings for today. And thanks, Liz, for letting me have that one last question. Thank you, Lisa. And please email me and let me know how you're doing.
Okay, Cheryl, thank you so much. That was generous of you to give all of those great readings for everybody. We all thank you so much, Cheryl. I know you can't hear us, but all right. So gang, Cheryl has an excellent offer because she can't leave us high and dry. You have this great healing and this great spirit wonder coming to us. And Cheryl has a great offer of a 15-minute, $57 reading that's good for the next 3 days. And I did share that link. I'm going to share that link again for that offer. And you can, of course, extend it. But if you've never worked with Cheryl before and you just want to do the tester, you can do 15 minutes. And then if you're on the call, you're like, I want to extend it, I'm sure she can easily extend most of those things. So, she's a busy lady. Cheryl also has a monthly online, the Healing Prayer Circle, which is, if you enjoyed her meditation and you come into this group, which is a Zoom format, when she opens the whole group, and it's all about healing and prayer, it's freaking powerful. And I'm going to share with you the link to register for that Healing Prayer Circle. It's on a Sunday night, usually. So let me just share that real quick so everyone has access to that.
Thank you. You asked if I do group readings. Just quickly, yes, I do group readings, whether it's all the family at one time or even for different people. So I usually do group readings up to 10 people, unless I'm doing a public event demonstration, which I'll be doing this Saturday at Sherman Oaks, California at Omen Garden. I'm doing a mediumship demonstration with 2 other mediums, and you can find that information out on my website.
Thanks, Cheryl. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. If you like what we're doing here and you're a mind, body, spirit type of professional and you like to get loving support and guidance into your online marketing efforts, that's what we're all about here. But we do mix it up every week with lighthouse presentations. Like we mentioned before, next week, Kimmy Mishke is going to talk about visual branding, and she's a graphic designer. That's going to be all kinds of fun for people that have their own business. You really got to get your act together around your visual branding. And then the week after that, Lisbeth Lundgaard is going to talk about human design. And when I share that event, there's going to be a link to a website where you're going to go take your test so that you can bring your results to that presentation and see what the heck human design is all about. It's really fascinating. I've taken the test before, and I need to remind myself what type I am. But I think one of the best tips we got from Cheryl today was receiving. Stop doing. And I just had this little chat with my lovely Linda Armstrong. The 2 of us are doers. Do. I'm like, that's old energy. Enough of that. Step back. Start receiving. That's a huge problem for most women, for sure. People in general. None of us are worthy, Seriously. Let's drop that. Willing to release the need to be unworthy. This is my favorite new mantra from Louise Hay's You Can Heal Your Life. I am willing to release the need to be unworthy. It is a powerful statement, and I feel the energy of that shift quickly. And when you start to feel it, you know that something's shifting when those affirmations are easier and easier to say, and they're just, of course I'm worthy. Thank God. I am open to receiving. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. I shared links to Cheryl's Healing Prayer Circle, which is once a month on a Sunday evening. I'm telling you, you got to check that out. If you want some quantum healing, man, forget it. And Cheryl does that meditation that just takes me to the moon. I never want to come back. All right. Bye, Cheryl. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great day. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.